thing on? I think it's fine. All right. Well, anyways, whoo. It's gotten cold here in Texas, and I hate cold. I should move further south. If I could, I would. Literally, I hate cold weather. That's all I got to say about that. I got a little bit of a cold, so I was like, oh, maybe I'll just start streaming later today. I just took an old man nap for like 15 minutes. And then I was like, you know what? I'm feeling all right. We'll see how this stream goes. It's probably going to be a bit of a hot mess. We had a little chat earlier about the battle of aliens and laser beams that Microsoft's sending this way and how we're doing on the battle of security and privacy and all the things. Well, I just got to say, yeah, we're not going anywhere with that. We're just spinning our wheels, slowly slipping backwards into the muck. But you know what? We're not doing a bad job. We're slowly kind of teetering. And, you know, it's just something that's just an ongoing battle that will continue for many years to come, if not decades. And it's okay. It gives me something to do, right? Can't hate that. I don't. So I think that's good. Oh, man. Oh, you're right. 1 second. Hold up. Sorry. There we go. Get the hat. Doesn't really fit. I think that's fine. We're going to just stick with the hat today. It kind of cuts off on the green screen, though. Oh, wait. Here we go. There we go. We're going to be a wizard today. Today, we're going to be doing some Xbox full screen experience. And that should be great. We're going to keep the $3 Amazon wizard hat on. Wow. That really looks more like a shark head or a shark fin. But it's perfect now. So we're gonna do that full screen Xbox experience. We'll do a little hack. We're gonna install 25H2 through UUP dump with all the updates already installed, build 7271, and we will enable the Xbox full screen experience. It's gonna be absolutely amazing. I can't wait to get into this. I've been teasing this for more than a month since it actually came out, and I just haven't gotten to it until today. But we're gonna get to it today. So let's get into it. Come on, let's rock this thing. All right. Did I miss anything? I don't think so. All right. Let's no chatting yet today. We're gonna just jump right in. Build out our new Windows full screen experience. It's gonna be amazing. What do we have there? Let's just delete that one. Oh, that was like another install. I installed that one directly on a hard drive. Anywho, this one, we're probably going to nuke it after we're done, so we're just going to toss it in a QCOW2 file. Dude, why do we have so many Windows 11s? Huh. Let's just delete a couple of these. Pretty sure. Well, we'll see if I broke something. It didn't really complain, so I think we'll be fine. Anywho, we'll create a new volume. Let's call this Win 11 25H2 build 7271. We're gonna need 69 gigabytes because that is the special number for today. Let's go Windows 11. Win 11. Yep, we're going to be the wizard on Xbox. Let's give it 16 virtual cores. I mean, honestly, it doesn't really matter. Wait. We already selected this. All right, well, whatever. Let's just call this one Xbox. Let's give it a customization. Our default NAT is actually inactive. Let's use our bridge network. And we're going to change our topology as well. Let's go 8 cores, 2 threads on the old Xeon front. Memory. I feel like we need more than that. So let's go 16382. There we go. 16 gigs. That's a little light for Windows. Ah, heck. Let's go big. Let's go 20 gigs. I don't even know what the 20 gig is. That's not it, but that's what we're going to do. All right, that's all gravy. We'll do QXL to start with, sure. Everything else looks good. I don't know if we ever did our TPM hack, so let's just go ahead and enable TPM 2.0, shall we? CRB model should work. And we are off to the races. What do we got? Internal Explorer block, WinDev driver backing right. Oh, crap. My bad. What do we do here? Ah. Well, that would do it. Let's do a chown of Titus libvirt win11. That's gonna deny. We'll bash bash. Done. Now we have proper privs. Now, boop. Oh, failed. Is there another process using the image? QCal2. I feel like I screwed that up when I did it. No. Let's try vert IO for the disk bus, maybe? Nah, it's not gonna do it. I forget. What did I do there? I screwed something up. I'm a little under the weather, so please forgive me. We're just gonna delete this. Just say, screw it. Devil Edition? What the hell is that? Oh, well. Whatever. Let's just... Oh, that wasn't the right VM. Oh, man. This is going to be a hot mess of a stream, guys. Just buckle up. Oh, God bless it. I am such a goob. I know what I did now. We're just gonna rip. It'll be good. Come on. Let's go. Cancel. Browse. Give me that. Alright, cancel this. Cancel. Now, with feeling this time. Did it not? It's there. Let's just close out of QEMU or vertman. You're a wizard, Harry. I'm but 15 years old.
Yeah, well, the dude abides.
Lunar, thank you for the tier 1, man. Cheers. Yeah, the images is still not populating. It should be there, though. We just checked it. Vertman is just having an issue. Alright, fine. Get rid of this pool. We'll recreate the pool. If you don't like it, we will just recreate that. Alright, give me images. Yes. Yes, that's what we need. God bless. I think I have too many of these. All right, there's the 7271 build. Geez, the reason why we're picking that specific build is kind of what the person that made the hack tool, essentially, or not really a hack tool, it's just a registry edits to fix and enable Xbox full screen experience. So we can take a peek at it at least. You know, we'll just do all that manually. Let's go 69 gigabytes. And now we can name it properly. I just think it may mess something up there. And let's go bridge, finish. And now we're going to just, I don't know why QEMU always screws up the bit there, but that's okay. You know what? Let's just go with that. Let's not do an odd number, though. That'd be weird. I mean, that's weird already, but whatevs. It's all good. Let's go 2.0 for TPM. I could do the hack to remove TPM, but we're not gonna. All right. Let's see if that gives us any more love. And did I delete that old... I didn't. Okay. Let's trash that. All right. Now, when we hit begin, we now have some love. Get rid of you. All right. Now, let's get rid of the old Linux and pretend like we're doing this on bare metal. So nobody will be the wiser that pops into the live stream after today. Or after this time in the VOD, at least. Alright, we're going to install old Windows. Hadn't done this, but a gajillion times. Alright, let's rock. Now, I probably should have done an unattended for this. These days, I really just do not install Windows manually anymore, so I'm kind of curious to see what happens with this. Because I'm using WinUtil, but no tweak in working in customized preference. Samir, if you use the new WinDev branch, should be fine. Has anybody actually tested the WinDev branch? Should we go ahead and push that to stable while this installs? And then you can just relaunch it. You can still use the the local only in some of the preview builds. Yeah, Gab, it's very hit and miss yet. I think they got so much blowback from removing that I think they might walk it back. It's rare that they ever do, but it might. I mean, either way, we can bypass it. It's not a big deal. There's always a way to bypass it. It's just, you know, they're going to trap some normies into install it the normal way, which is kind of unfortunate, but par for the course. It's Microsoft. All right, this wizard hat has to go. Sorry. Yeah. I'm not a hat person. Just not my jam. The fact people can stream for hours on end completely in costume. They're better people than I. Oh, man. Quick question, if I use a local account, can I still use the Xbox app without turning my system into a Windows account? You can. I think at least the last time I tried. However, some of the Xbox integration is not going to function perfectly. And I remember last time Auth was a little bit wonky. So sometimes it required you to constantly be signing into your Microsoft account when using the Xbox services, such as like Xbox Live and those types of things. Long story short, the answer is probably, but not worth the headache. Just convert to a Microsoft account and accept your fate. If you're an Xbox user, that is. There's not that many Xbox users these days, but those sad sacks that are kind of getting dragged along Xbox realm, just know, you're going to have to do what Microsoft says if you really, really love Xbox. And that means using your Microsoft account. Sometime in the future that will be true, and there's probably hacks to get around it for some of it, but Microsoft will patch most of that out. It's only a matter of time. Yeah, I mean, Xbox, they're I'm kind of here for it. And normally I'm talking pretty poorly of Microsoft, but the full screen experience for Xbox, I am really kind of excited about it. I feel like there's a lot of tweaks we can do, and I think there's going to be some really cool stuff that comes from this. Some of it, Microsoft's probably not going to like me doing. But I'm kind of looking forward to it, How do you know how to extend the screen on Linux? I want to use Android to be my second screen for my Linux laptop. Well, so that's the thing about Linux is there's a lot of different ways to extend the screen. There's not just one. And it really depends, like, hey, are you using Wayland? Are you using Xorg? Or what desktop environment you're using, if you're using one. That's the thing about Linux I think most people forget. They always treat it like a Mac or Windows. And it's like a whole different category, in my opinion. Yeah, they're all operating systems. But when it comes to Linux, most people don't realize, especially those Windows users that are like new to it, it is impossible to support. Just straight up. And Linux people aren't going to like what I'm about to say either. But it's just, there's so many different configurations and there's so many different ways of doing things that there's not really one right way or one way I can tell you that will definitively answer your question no matter what problem you're having. So I love it because I like to tinker and I love customizing and I love to be able to do whatever I want on my PC. But with those freedoms comes, you really have to learn a few things. And it's not nearly as user-friendly as, I shouldn't say user-friendly. That's honestly, there's some Linux distros that are pretty darn user-friendly. But it's just almost impossible to support Linux. Unless you support one specific flavor of Linux. Like Red Hat Enterprise Linux. That's how Red Hat makes their money, is to support, sell support. And they only support Red Hat Enterprise Linux. You can't like buy a support plan and then say, hey, support my Arch Linux install. And I think the biggest success Linux will have is Valve standardizing everything into SteamOS. Using one or two pieces of specific hardware, like the Steam Deck or Steam Machine, in one distribution that they control and they own, and they know every little intricate detail of how things are configured. That's going to actually be very easy to support, much easier to support than Mac or Windows. But they're only going to support that. When you try to like hack around and use Steam and your custom distro spin, it's just going to all fall to pieces on the normies that need support. So that's the difference between, I think, Mac and Windows and Linux. Mac and Windows, I think, are easier to support because there's massive standardization. There's plenty of other downsides to that, but it is standardized and easier to support. Where Linux, dude, there's so many qualifying questions just to answer your just to answer your, hey, how do I extend my screen? Well, I mean, if you're using KDE, you can right-click, go to Display Properties, and change it. And if you're using GNOME, it's like settings and then Display Properties extension. But if you're using a window manager, you're going to have to open up config files in your CLI and change it there, and then maybe extend it that way and make sure you put the proper XY coordinates. I mean, we could go down this rabbit hole for quite a ways, and we're only talking about extending the desktop. So that's the honest answer. It just depends. You giving up Linux and installing Windows now? I'll say yes, just for the clicks. Even though we all know the truth. we're very much in Windows. Yeah, but I mean, I've used Windows for so long, and I've supported Windows forever. I have so many different certifications from Microsoft. There is also Windows can break things which no one can debug, while Linux, there's always a way to find out what is wrong. I disagree. There's never been a time where I couldn't fix what broke in Windows. I mean, I can say the same thing about Linux too. I'm not saying Linux is impossible to repair. I mean, with the right knowledge, you can repair anything. Same goes for Windows, though. I mean, hell, most people don't even know about Event Viewer in Windows, or properly how to diagnose a problem in Windows. They're like, I don't see it. Or they don't even know about log files. They don't even know, what things mean or how to find those specific issues in Windows. So, yeah. And Windows has like a really weird way of managing memory, too. Like, I was just talking to somebody yesterday about this at work. And we got on I think he was talking about emulating. He wanted to do mods with Baldur's Gate 3 in Linux. And we got to talking about like Lutris and some of the ways to do stuff. Oh, no, I think it was pirating Sims 4. I don't know. We were talking about something like that. And I was like, oh, yeah, all that can be done in Linux, and kind of going through the things. And we got on a thing. I've been a big gamer on Final Fantasy 11, old school MMO, right? Nobody plays that one anymore. And I don't, honestly, I'm not currently subbed. But I really wanted all my modifications with Final Fantasy 11 to work in Linux. So I set out, and I was using something, executable injection called Ashita, that does a lot of quality of life for this old MMO that I was playing. It's much more complex than standard mods. And the thing about that is it was much more difficult to get working in Linux, but it worked better in Linux than Windows. And let me explain. Like when you did the injection into this old program that was 32-bit only, you could do what's called a 4 gigabyte patch, which is like a hex edit that essentially opens up the memory on a 32-bit program to be able to use more memory. And I specifically wanted to do that because Ashita allows plugins that you could make the textures much more defined. Like you go to 4K textures from like, I don't even know, 480p textures, I think is what Final Fantasy 11 runs by default. So when you do that, and you inject these high-res textures, it uses a lot more memory. And if the memory runs out, then, well, it crashes. And in Linux, it crashed like every time. And I was like, what the hell's going on here? It's always crashing when I do my injection once I start adding all these things. And what it forced me to do is abide by the rules of, hey, you can't use more than 4 gigs. Where in Windows does some different things on how it manages programs independently. Like Linux, it's just like, you got 4 gigs, you go over that, I smack you across your face, and it's going to crash right then and there. It's a very hard limit. And how Windows treated the same program, which was Ashita running Final Fantasy 11, was it would go over that limit. It would kind of be like, well, you're kind of doing some fishy stuff here, buddy. We'll try and finagle this and kind of keep it working so it won't crash on you, but it's probably going to crash, but we're going to allow you to do it anyways. And that's kind of like how Windows worked in the way of managing memory. And I'm sure there's a lot more nuance that I'm leaving out here on the memory management side of things. But it showed you the stark contrast between Linux and Windows when it specifically in this use case. And it forced me to fix and make sure I honor that 4 GB limit. And once I did that, Ashita in Final Fantasy XI never crashed, and it worked better than it ever had in Linux. But I would have never done that in Windows. It would have worked and I would have got going a lot sooner, but I'd still have to deal with the occasional crashes on like zoning or maybe a job change or something in the game. And there was like this really cool back and forth. So, you know, that's kind of where it is. So sorry. It was just a long rant about a game you guys don't care about, but I thought it was an interesting tidbit. What's your opinion of Micron leaving the consumer market instead to sell to data centers? Micron was one of the 3 distributors of RAM with SK Hynix, Samsung. Currently, RAM prices are wild high. Yeah, RAM prices went from, what? 100 to 300 almost triple from last time I looked at it. What? Anyways, looked like as soon as I switched screens, it went like that. So yeah, obviously bad. More competition's always good. It drives prices down. I don't know the solution here, man. Nobody thinks that's a good thing. I hope Micron doesn't leave the consumer market, but it's already so concentrated. I'm not sure what'll happen on the prices. We'll just have to kind of play it by ear. And I mean, there's still supply and demand. If we just don't buy it, maybe. But inevitably, right now, the data center demand is so great, it makes sense for them as a company to do it. There's more money in it. However, I want to put a positive spin, an optimist spin on it. What happens when like the AI bubble pops? Let's say that pops, and all these data centers that are being built up with trillions of dollars. I mean, it's something just stupid how much money that's getting poured into AI and data centers. Once that pops and all these companies come back down to earth and go, oh crap, I can't just spend billions of dollars and maybe even $1 trillion that I don't have on pure loans and all kinds of shenanigans that they do, and all the construction of data centers stop. So Micron has to come back to the consumer market or they go bankrupt, because the data centers will just have a huge excess of things that aren't being utilized, and they just lost their only customer base, which would be data centers at that point. So I think it's smart in the short term for the business because of the data centers, but long term, once the AI bubble pops and everyone goes, oh, well, it's a good tool, but it's not like revolutionary. It's like the damn internet. You know, it's not that big of a deal. Then they'll be like, oh, well, this was a mistake. But I mean, most C-suites and executives, people think they're actually smart people, and they're just not. With my limited experience with people with C-suite and like Fortune 500 companies, most of them, it's just, hey, they were born into that or groomed for it. So it's not what you know, it's who you know. And most people think these big executives are like these geniuses that created something from nothing, and chances, you know, I haven't seen one that's actually hold true. And that's just the nature of things. So it's just dumb people making dumb mistakes. That's probably going to tank a business. The downside to this is I don't think there's enough competency. Maybe there's not enough competency in Micron to even understand what I just said, to where they pivot everything to data centers and then this thing blows up in their face. Instead of them coming back to consumer market, they might not be able to, and then they just go bankrupt. Sad to say, that's probably a more likely outcome. because a lot of executives are just stupid. They're just dumb people, and they don't understand things. Just common sense things. Which, speaking of Microsoft, hey, there we go. That's just how that works, you know? Only takes a little bit to understand that, so but we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, the optimist in me says, hey, they'll pivot, they'll make a lot of money, AI bubble and data centers will blow up, and then they'll go, oh crap, we need more money, let's pivot back to the consumer realm, and then they come back. I think that's the best case scenario. In the interim, get all your memory now, and then don't buy anything new for like several years. Because, boy, I don't see those prices coming down anytime soon. Alright, let's go. Let's see, somebody, I think Gab said the local chone. Let's see if that works or not. Like, oh, no, we're gonna. Wait, what? No? There he goes. What's the command again? Wasn't it like... Even me has to look this up. I haven't used it that much. I actually use unattended mostly. Ah, that's it. Thank you. Oh, no. Okay, yeah, it's 25H2. Does not work. Oh, man. Do I just plug in my... Well, let's... You know, somebody asked a question earlier about Xbox and using a local account. Let's go ahead and answer that question. Let's just test it. What was the command I used for my bypass OBE? I made that project. After that video, I haven't really even done it. Oh, heck. You know what? We're pro anyways. It doesn't matter. Let's just walk through it standard old school time. Yeah. Yeah, the start MXC command doesn't work in this build of Windows. I could do my unattended bypass, but we're not going to do it. We're going to just do it old-fashioned way. We'll do another bypass. I don't even think I showed this in the video, but whatever. It's fine. Xbox full screen PC. Yeah, we'll just join domain. I'm pretty sure I use Pro on this.
Yeah, well.
Caleb, thanks for the tier 1, brother. Is it correct that Win 11 should be 7 to 8 gigs when transferred to USB? Correct. Go work in school. Go sign in options, domain join. Perfect. Subscribe. No password. You bypass all the security questions when you do that. Now, you could also tick all that off if you want, but it really doesn't matter. We'll just micro win it, or we'll just win util it afterwards.
Yeah, well. To do the binds.
Razzle, thanks for the prime.
How's about that to-do list? How's it going? Terrible. I'm terrible with to-do lists. I'm like anti-to-do lists. It'll probably sit there for a little bit. But we're doing the full screen Xbox experience today. So we are getting to some of it. If that was on the to-do list. Was it? Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. To-do lists are an OCD person's worst nightmare. I have like weird selective OCD. It just depends on what it is. I definitely have it, but it just like certain computers have to be configured certain ways typically. Having a bunch of icons on the desktop sets me off. I know there's a lot of people out there that do that. I am not one of them. I like to have an absolutely clear desktop. I'm trying to think of other things that like are weird that I just don't like that I see people do. Yeah. Oh god, having a ton of rotating programs also drives me crazy. I think of like all the people that have done like they go buy a computer from the store, they open it up. It's got like Norton and McAfee and all this other crap on there that I'm just like, ugh. This is just gross. Like this right here is bad, but I mean when you buy a new PC it's way worse than this. I'm just like, no. Why are you doing this? It's just terrible. Oh yeah, wrong cable management sets me off. Like a friend of mine at work the other day. Well, it was when we were moving offices. He set up something. He got it all bunched up, and he screwed it in. He's like, check it out. Doesn't it look good? And I was like, it looks okay. Yeah, that looks okay. But I was sitting there. And this is how OCD I am. I'm like, there was one wire that wasn't braided to where it like went over the other stack. So when I say braiding wires, you take all the wires down, they're hanging, and then you separate them so they're all just straight, and then you bunch them together so then it just looks like everything's straight with no overlap, and it's just like one of my biggest pet peeves. So braiding wire is another one where it's like, it's just like one of those things. Did I just pipe that to SH? Oops, my bad. Give me that back. My bad. I'm not in Linux. It's like, oh, that's wrong. Oops. Chris, I have a latest PR. I explained how to pronounce my name correctly. I will read that PR. I will try and pronounce it correctly. But I still don't make any promises. I'm not the best at that.
I know you know a lot of super people.
Oh, man. All right, what do we got here? Sticky keys. Let's go there. Search button. Task view. Center. Widgets button. Let's get rid of that. S3 sleep. Cross device resume. Off. Ultimate performance, please. Set to active. Let's go standard tweaks. Disable hibernation. I think looks good there. And we're going to go change PowerShell 5 to 7. Oh, we haven't even installed 7 actually. And what else do we want to do with this one? I don't want to go too bad on this one. Yeah, we'll definitely disable the WPBT. Platform binary table is just awful. Huge security hole. And we're going to set classic right click. Yeah, we'll move home and gallery as well. Is OneDrive even going? Oh, there's Teams by default now. Ugh. Gross. Oh, hell, let's just remove all Microsoft Store apps, too. Oh, probably should have left the Store apps because of Xbox, but yeah, so be it. Recall is just a stub, I believe. We can check, though. It shouldn't even be there in this version. I actually saw, as far as Wayland goes, I saw Brody did a poll. Brody Robertson, he big Linux YouTube content creator. He did a poll about Wayland and Xorg. 80% of people use Wayland now. So at this point, I think I'm kind of like an old man yelling at cloud. I feel like I just need to get with the times. Get with the times and accept my fate and convert to Wayland. But I don't want to. It feels so good and comfy, and everything just works. As the great Todd Howard once said, it just works. So, yeah. Maybe. Alright, what do we got on the desktop here? Office. What is this? Is this the widgets? Yeah, that's the widgets. Old Edge. We'll leave the store. Outlook News, gross. Finish all that. Clear up some of this, and then we will get to it. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Like, Xborg still works, and I still rock it for my home system here. I don't really see a point in not. Oh, dang it. You know, OneDrive did load up. Look at that, y'all. It's updating in the background. God, look at all this bloat. It's just... Why you like this? Like... God. Think back to the 90s when Microsoft got in trouble because it bundled Internet Explorer, or as I call it, Internet Exploder, into the system. The fact that's what they got in trouble for back in the 90s, and compared to what they're doing now, you're just like... I feel like everybody's on stupid pills or something, but okay. Let's see. Once that's done, I'll probably actually clear out these, and we'll also uninstall OneDrive. I didn't think it was actually going in the background there, but alas, I was wrong. It is. Do you think WinUtil will be valid forever? Yeah, I'll just keep updating it. It's not the biggest thing. Like, all I'm doing with WinUtil is just taking... Like, I've been managing Windows workstations for decades at this point. Like, pretty much since 2002, right? With Windows XP and hell, even some Windows 2000 workstation and Windows Server 2000. So, long time. Underneath Windows still lies the same old. And no matter what fresh coat of paint or what they slap on top of it, they can't remove a lot of the underlying control you have as a sysadmin. Because if they did, it would completely screw over all their business customers. And that's really the reason why people use Windows, is for business. And if they screw over the business customers, then they lose their entire market share, and no one would ever use Windows. If they forced everyone to just use Microsoft Store with Microsoft accounts and everything was Microsoft, no one would use it. It's just a shit experience, right? And in business, nobody does use it. And people use Windows because well, that's what they have at their work, or that's what they need to do to get their work done. So as soon as they screw all this up, and let's say they do ever just completely go, hey, everyone has to do this, they lose everything. As far as Windows goes, I mean, honestly, these days, Windows accounts for like 15% of their revenue, so I don't even think it's that big of a deal, even if Windows disappeared tomorrow. For Microsoft, that is, it's business. And they're sitting on over $1 trillion of cash, so it doesn't even matter from that respect either, and they have just a ton of patents. If you look at all of, like, the Windows Vista era, and even when they stumbled a bit during the Windows 7 era, they did just fine. Like, they blew all that cash on, like, Windows Phone and things, and they still were posting profits because of how much of a monopoly they have, and a lot of the patents they own. They just make money hand over fist, not even trying. So the game's a bit rigged in their favor. So it's not like they're going anywhere. And even if they did do this, it wouldn't be really that big a deal. But the reason why they're never going to is because it would ruin business. And that's just a long way of saying, well, everything I'm doing is just PowerShell. It's just using official Microsoft tools to fix their own system. And this is what everyone does in business. It's not like I'm a wizard and I'm the only one that can do this. No, I mean, almost every system admin can just look at the script and go, oh, well, I only want to do this, this, and this. And they'll probably just steal what they need from my open source project on WinUtil and then just make their own. That's a little more streamlined and customized for them in business. And then they'll just run that on new setups. Or they'll create their own image, use something like Advanced Deployment Kit and image all their stuff that way. So to answer your question, nah, I'm not really worried about it. And WinUtil will work pretty much forever because, well, they can't really get rid of their business market and they can't change and force people in business to use Microsoft accounts. And we've seen what Azure Active Directory looks like in business, and it's awful. It's even worse than Microsoft accounts for you residential users. So they don't have a way out of their current predicament. They'd like to have a lot more control. They'd like to have everything in the cloud. They'd like to have everything that way. But in reality, it's just not how it is. It doesn't work. So, yeah. There we go. Yeah, Windows is reliable if you know how to use it. If you know what you're doing. Linux is reliable if you know what you're doing, know how to customize it. Mac is reliable. But I'd say, between all three, Mac is probably the most reliable. Out of the box. Requires the least amount of customization to not screw things up. Hey, look at this ad that popped up for OneDrive. No thanks. Don't worry, it'll remind me in a week. Nah, it'll remind me on reboot. That's how that works. We'll rip that out too. If I purchase WinUtil, can I use it on other machines? No, yeah, you use it on as many as you want, man. You can copy it. Go wild. Is the Windows registry fully documented somewhere? No. It is not. The best you can do is like Windows knowledge or Microsoft knowledge base. There's a lot in there, but to say like, is there a definitive like book you could buy that shows every single Windows registry key and all that? Nah. And frankly, I don't even think anybody at Microsoft knows what all the hell they got in there. There's just so much. There's so much crap. It's just like decades of tech debt everywhere. Ugh. I mean, tech debt just happens in big projects. I always like to go over, like, a lot of people like to point and laugh at Windows because the amount of tech debt that's in Windows is pretty obscene. But I mean, all of them probably have a good amount. I don't know on OS X or Mac OS, I should say, how much it has, but I'm pretty sure it's a pretty substantial amount. Linux is the same way. It's been around for 3 decades or whatever it is, and the Linux kernel itself just keeps getting more bloated. So that's it. And I mean, most Linux people will run into chat and be like, well, you just build your own kernel and you strip out what you don't need. Yeah, I understand that, but the actual size of the base kernel keeps increasing year over year as more and more crap gets added. And it's just way of the world, just something you got to deal with. Does disk cleanup benefit SSDs? You know, yeah, I mean, you save space with disk cleanup, so I always recommend it. Let's see if you're always wondering, hey, what is it doing? You can always look in here and see what it's doing. You can see the Windows module installer kind of going crazy here. So it's cleaning up a bunch of stuff. Sweet. Cleared up some of that. Tweaks are finished. So I missed that OneDrive. I thought OneDrive wasn't on this install. So let's just unselect everything. And we're just going to uninstall OneDrive real fast. See that disappear. I also wanted to test it because I think Gab in chat mentioned he redid the uninstall of OneDrive. We used to copy everything because OneDrive used to literally delete everything in your OneDrive folder. It was like a crazy uninstall, so I had to like fix that. But I think that those times are gone. I think they finally was like, hey, we're not gonna break that. So anyways, that's good. Let's install some drivers here. So you know what, the taskbar settings didn't quite, I need to look at those changes. Actually, you know what, I made the tweaks in the toolbox. Let's see on reboot if it actually fixes it or not. It should speed this VM up quite a bit too. Actually, I think if we go, let's go vert.io, latest vert.io. Actually, let's go stable. We're just gonna grab the guest tools real fast. This is just gonna make the VM a little bit snappier. Right now, it's a little bit on the laggy side. I don't like it. All right, we'll get that going. Chris, use winget and install the drivers. Winget install redhat.vert.io. Oh, yeah. That'd probably be a little bit better. Yeah, I think a lot of things in Windows too. Like the one problem I have with Windows is Windows can be a nice experience once you kind of clean it up and you get everything exactly how you like it. But what ends up happening for the average user is when they look in their task tray, like down here in the task tray, this just starts getting just inundated with your keyboard script, your gaming tweaks, your headset has a stupid launcher. You got all the game launchers. You have just an insane amount. You got your antivirus that people like to install. You just have, don't get me started on antivirus. This will turn into like literally a 2-hour rant about how that whole shady industry and how much I hate everything involved with antivirus companies. And code signing. Oh my God, code signing. Just everything about Microsoft is just like, the whole ecosystem is just rough. You can make a lot of money in it though if you really understand it. So don't take that as a huge complaint. Like, it's done very well for me, but I'm like, God, just dirty, you know? It's like, yeah, I want to take a shower after messing around with Windows. I don't feel good about it. I make a lot of money in it, don't get me wrong, but I don't feel good about it. You know, I'm like, This is gross. Like, it should be more open. And they could do this so much better. The stock experience, I don't know why they make it so hard for your average user. It just doesn't make any sense. It's like, why? Why you like this? Anyhow. All right. We've got Windows in a state that's pretty good now. Let's go view. Let's get rid of all these icons. All right, beautiful. We have this gorgeous desktop. This is how Windows should be out of the box. There's literally nothing going on here. We got one warning. This is about sample submission. So, like, this is an example, like, a normie would be like, oh my God, Titus, your toolbox disabled antivirus. I'm like, no, that's not what happened.
Look, I want to say,
If you read,
I know you know a lot of super people,
look,
so
it says specifically here,
me.
automatic sample submission is off. Your device may be vulnerable. Now, they make it scary, but essentially what they're saying to you is, hey, you're not sending us your data for us to use to improve our antivirus for other people. Samples from your computer aren't being sent to them. Now, they're still scanning using their definitions from Microsoft. You're just not contributing back to Microsoft and doing that. They don't like that. They want your information back at Microsoft to look and go, okay, well, if we look at all their system here and what they've sent us for the viruses, we could see, and maybe they discern something from that. But all I'm doing is saying, hey, I'm not sending Microsoft any samples from my computer. It's not to say you're not protected. It's still protecting with all the definitions that Microsoft learns from all the other people that submit samples, but not you. So anyways, we'll just disable that. And then you got all your green check marks, so you're good. Sorry. You gotta rein me in sometimes. Sometimes I just go on too many tangents. Don't do this either. Don't make sure you leave UAC on. I just don't like all the BS here. Let's uninstall all those crap apps. Who needs calculator? Gross. Paint. Yeah, no. All right. What else we got? I think I need to redo like some of these. Clipchamp to do. See, I need to redo, and some of these I should do. Yeah, I always thought was something about funny. Like Microsoft has Quick Assist. They haven't updated Quick Assist in decades, and if you ever pay for like premium support, let's say you have a massive problem, Microsoft doesn't even use Quick Assist. So you might be thinking, so if they don't have Quick Assist, why is it even there? It's a good question. Because they're idiots and they just don't remove anything ever. That's why. Like, Quick Assist has been awful ever since it was instituted, like, what was it, to Windows 7? It might have been Vista. Hell, it might have been like 17 years ago, I think, probably something. And nobody's ever used Quick Assist. I've tried it once or twice, I think, in the past decades. And it always fell straight on its face. And Microsoft doesn't even use it. That's how bad it is. Anyways, sorry. Small tangent. What does Microsoft use instead? If you call, like, the professional Microsoft support, they use log me in. They give another company money to support and do their support systems. It's kind of funny. At least the last time I had to call support. It's been a minute. It's probably, I think the last time I talked to Microsoft support, like level 3 support, like an actual human. Which, you know, when you get to the top tier of Microsoft support, some of their support engineers are very talented. And yeah, they were using LogMeIn. I thought that was pretty hilarious. All right, so Storage still works. We've kind of cleaned up everything. We're gravy. Processes, what are we looking at? We've got 93 processes, using about 2.3, 2.4 gigs of memory. Everything looks good. Let's look at how many processes we rocking. Only 2 virtual processors. What the hell's going on there? No wonder this is laggy. Uno momento, por favor. We need to fix this. What happened? Oh. Let's go. That's of some wild stuff. We're going to go 2 sockets, 4 cores, 2 threads for a total of 16. Let's fix that topology. Yeah, I was about to say, man, this doesn't feel great. And I was like, it should. It should. All right. Let's run it now. Now we should be good. All right. I'm not trying to do like the Core 2 Duo days, guys. We'll be here live streaming for the next century if that were the case. Especially when I go to install this full screen experience. Yeah, now that's what I'm talking about. Give me some beefy Xeon cores. 2 sockets, 16 virtual piece. There we go. Now it's feeling right. Yeah, but honestly, even with just the 2 cores, even after doing all those tweaks, it did work pretty well. Anywho. Now, let's see. What? I think. Yeah. So 8-bit, 2-qubit, Xbox full screen and its experience tool. Let's load that up, shall we? Let's go to the old Microsoft 8-bit, 2-qubit. Go use some old GitHub. 2 days ago was the latest release. What do we got? Oh, yes, of course. Chinese. That's why we use it in a VM. Let's let's separate this out, shall we? Oh, man. Let's keep that. Keep anyway, shall we? Open that file. We might need to unblock it. We'll see. Oh, yeah, I should just do a shared memory. I don't know why. I don't, but I will. Code review. Oh, man. You know, it seems like nowadays with all the projects I have, all I do is code review. It's funny. I mean, not that I'm complaining. I think it's amazing how many people contribute to a lot of the projects I create. But at the same time, sometimes I'm like, I just want to disappear for a little bit and do a little code review, you know. All right, so let's enable it. Yep. Let's restart. You're becoming like Linus Torvalds. Oh, yeah. Although, you know, I could pull up my stats here and see what the hell I've been doing. So I'm kind of curious, what have I been doing on the code side of things? All right, let's go full screen experience tool, see what we have now. All right, so now we have this, everything's there. Let's check for updates real fast. Actually, all that looks good. Let's check just to make sure. We should have all the updates though. I slipstreamed all the major updates for Windows, so there's no like cumulative updates or anything we should be missing. Any FSE, Dathis? Okay, let's take a look at that. Oh, dang. Okay, well, even with slipstreaming. Oh. Okay. Let's take a look here, Dathis. Anything else I missed in chat? You use I'm Wheel, Chris. I don't know what that is. You don't write enough code. You're fired. I've never been a professional programmer. I've always been more on the sysadmin side of things. Probably the best, probably like 2016, I was IT director, where I had... I kind of wore many hats back then, so more sysadmin / DevOps into where I had like one dedicated programmer for database type things. He was like a CRM guy though, and he was kind of creating something for us, so I had to like oversee that stuff, but nothing too bad. That's the closest I've been professionally to actually writing code and that type of thing. Never to any extent, though. Alright, so, any FSE. What's this? 92 stars? It's got a virus! But yeah, no. That just means they haven't signed it. Sometimes, you know, WinUtility executable sometimes still gets flagged as a virus. That's usually when I don't sign the executable. Speaking of which, I do need to sign the new release, the dev branch I've been using. I think it's pretty much ready for prime time. We'll do that today. Did you see Linus Torvalds roasted Elon Musk? Yeah. Yeah, Elon Musk lost so much cred in the tech community where it kind of became a laughingstock after the whole... Oh, God, what was it? When it was so weird. It's still weird. But when he paid, like, professional gamers to pad his characters, and it was really bad. Like, when he did it in Path of Exile, like, he did it in Diablo first, and people are like, cool, Diablo, sure. But then he did it in, like, Path of Exile, and then he, like, live streamed Path of Exile, and him having, like, a number 7 in the world character or something. And if you've ever played Path of Exile, you know how complex the game is. But then he got on there, and he had, like, the hubris to sit there and try and explain Path of Exile to people. And it was, like, obvious he never even made it through the tutorial. And it was like, bro, there's no way you're a number 7 character and you're trying to, you don't even understand how, like, the rare mechanics and, like, basic item building and, like, how things synergize in, like, item links, like socket links. And I remember him, like, taking whatever this professional Path of Exile player did, and I remember him throwing away an item that was just so beautifully crafted that I would play an entire year and not even see that item. And he's like, oh, well, this is trash. And I was just like, this guy's an idiot with too much money. This is really just the world we live in. Everyone idealizes these people with insane amounts of money, but it's just straight up, no, they didn't get there through intellect. They got there through other means. And I'm like, bro, it was such a wake-up call for me. And I was like, I kind of appreciate Elon doing that, because it really taught me there's a lot of morons out there making money. So why aren't you? And that's what it told me. I was like, God, this idiot, he's the richest guy in the world. Okay. Well, and he thought this was a good idea. All right. Well, that just means I need to work better. I need to work harder, because, damn, there's no reason I'm not a millionaire. I'm just saying. I was just like, okay. And people just eat that up too. I think there's still people that like hang on every word he says. I'm like, y'all are something special. Oh, all right, we're almost done. Let's finish our updates. You're a Diablo fan. Do you think that many Diablo players play Path of Exile? Yeah, I think so. Path of Exile. Path of Exile is just such a great game, or just all around. And I see a lot of Diablo people moving to Path of Exile. Many high IQ people don't become rich. No, I think high IQ people get enough money and they know what enough is. I think there was an interview of the highest IQ guy in America. And he lives in like some small town in Missouri. He has like 170, 180 IQ or something. So like off the charts, right? And he just has a modest living, but he knows what happiness is. He knows what enough is. And I can appreciate that. I think that's what everyone should strive for. Not becoming like a billionaire, but just knowing when you have enough. All right, let's see what we got here. Nice. Xbox. Show accessibility control hints on task view. All right, I think that's good. Let's boot into some Xbox action. See what we have. I don't know what this is going to do since we haven't signed into Microsoft. WinVerse 25H2 build 7271 tail. We'll double check that. Oh, that's kind of cool. I'm here for this. This is kind of neat. Like, I could see someone doing exactly what I did here. Building like an HTPC, essentially like Xbox. And then you need to sign in. Okay. Oh, 1 second. We got to sign in. I don't even know what my... Uno momento. Let's see. We're gonna sign in once I figure out what my Microsoft account is. I can never remember it. Oh, that's not it. Nope, that's not it either. Dude, did I forget my Microsoft ID? That's pretty funny. Let's try Microsoft. Microsoft Online, maybe? Nope, that's my work. I don't even know what that is. Dang. All right, let's just... Oh, there we go. We can do an email sign-in. I know you guys can't see anything. Just give me a second. Did this go to spam? No. Okay. We will send a verification. Oh, I gotta actually type in what that email is. Ah, come on. Dude. Like I said, I got... Okay, here we go. Like, who actually uses a Microsoft account? I have an Xbox somewhere. I haven't logged into the damn thing in like 2 years. Maybe? Hey, I think we got some love. Okay. Let's go. Come on. There we go. Okay. I think we're signed in. We got everything. We're going to go back out of there. And now we got our full screen Xbox experience. So for optimized performance, your device will restart and start in full screen experience, and you can start right away. Start now, but you get optimized performance. Let's exit real fast. Let's first see if we can't go to the experience, see what we've got from a process perspective. So right now we're at 3.5 gigs and 117 processes running. Let's see if we can't get back to Task Manager after doing this. So right now, this is what the baseline looks like. Let's just go overall utilization. 3.4, 115 processes, around there. Now let's see what the full screen experience with optimized performance looks like. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to use this, you're going to need an Xbox account, which is a Microsoft account. So you just sign in with whatever your Xbox is. This is mostly for Xbox users. Okay, launching Xbox. So the thing I wonder is, so here's going to be your interface. It's kind of cool. So we're on Xbox Insider. Now, let's pull up Task Manager. See, Control-Alt-Delete, Task Manager. What does this look like? This is interesting. Look at the process count. We're almost down 15 processes. No, 17 processes. I'm kind of here for it. Look at that. That's pretty cool. So it's pretty much no Explorer EXEs going in the background. And once you launch Explorer, this is just balloon up, right? That's kind of crazy. So let's blow it up, right? To see if this is exactly what's happened. What happens if we manually launch Explorer? You know how I think it was Primogen did a video on this, where he was like sitting there going, what the hell's Microsoft doing? They're just launching Explorer to make the File Explorer show up faster. I was like, well, kind of par for the course, but I get it. This is what it's doing. Have they really botched Explorer so much it just takes a ton of processes? So this is in full screen mode. Everything's full screen. No, that did not do it. Look at the memory too. We're still like a half a gig down. Wild. You can't minimize, and there's no, so it's not just Explorer. Interesting. Let's go details. So Explorer's here, taking 74 megs of memory. You Linux people out there are probably like, whoa. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So we closed Explorer. Removed 11 megs, but still it's going. Interesting. So I don't have Game Pass, so we can't really do that. Let's see what's in my library. Oh, I got some old Xbox. Man, Xbox 360, still one of my favorite consoles of all time. What do we have in here? We could install some old stuff. Oh, Trials Fusion. I hadn't played that in forever. Let's do like a chess game, whatever this is. Oh, weird. So you download, what's that even look like when you go to do this? Huh. What happens when you press F11? Nothing. So you only got a full screen title. And this is a janky chess game, I will say that. As an AI equivalent to like a second grader. Good night. What? What is it doing? It's not Stockfish, I can tell you that right now. What? That's crazy. Okay, anyway, sorry. I'm just sitting here going, this is the dumbest AI game ever. And look at the text down here. What is this? It's probably a virus. It's from the Microsoft Store. Everything from the Microsoft Store is like just hot garbage. Oh my god. No. You can't make this up. Wait, it broke. No, there it goes. Oh, it's not even allowing me to take. Oh, because oh yeah. Okay. That's funny. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, these moves are just crazy stupid. He took? Get out of here. This just is crazy. Watch. Come on. No. Alright, let's just end it. Like, these don't... Like, if you don't play chess at all, it's just kind of crazy, some of these moves. About to get my queen pinned. Oh my word. I probably shouldn't finish this game, but I just can't. I can't not finish this. Yeah, I just can't stop. I'm sorry. All right, this will be checkmate. Oh, no. Oh, so close. All right, one second. We got checkmate here. No, not yet. Not yet. Almost. There's probably a more efficient move here, but we're going to checkmate on this one. All right. Checkmate. White wins. All right, cool. Sorry. I don't know why. I couldn't stop. Now, how do you exit this game? This is the worst chess game ever. Like, just straight up awful. This is such a Microsoft store. I bet it's crypto mining in the background or something. How do you exit? Oh, it's at level 1. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's what it is. Okay. There's levels. I was about to say, what? What is happening? All right. Hide. I want to quit. How strange. Let's see if we can't pull up Task Manager. Huh. So it does like a game engine in the background when it does it. New channel, level 1 chess. Chris's level was about 4. Yeah, that was not good. I missed so many moves. Anywho. So we see that. So it uses Edge to launch the store to install that game. Let's pick a different game, something a little more mainstream. Just to kind of see. Let's pick like a Xbox, like an old Xbox game that's probably not very big. Out of these, probably Dead Space would not be very much. Or Minecraft. Minecraft wouldn't be... We'll do Minecraft for Windows. Because that will be Microsoft Store. Only a gig. Let's install that. So this, if it's on the Microsoft Store, it uses this method for like an executable we saw with like the crappy chess game. That's interesting. Now, I'm kind of here for it. I mean, if you're a Windows user and you actually use the Xbox, or you're an Xbox gamer, I think it's kind of cool. I don't think this is bad at all. Oh, dude. Yeah, Bug Rock Edition. Well, I only picked that just because I wanted to see a full-blown Microsoft Store game. Works with Epic as well. I mean, I think that's kind of neat. So it'll be playing, and this is your desktop, essentially. So it's a Windows-based home theater PC with the full-screen Xbox interface. Dare I say Microsoft actually made something not bad? I'm not going to say good, but I'm going to say I'm kind of here for it. Yeah, Steam's obviously way better, but I'm just saying, if you're a big Xbox guy, I could see this actually being pretty decent for you. I'm not a big Xbox guy, obviously, but what else do we want to see? What else do we want to see with the Xbox interface? I think it's pretty cool. I mean, the 10 users that still use Xbox are going to be pretty happy on this change, don't you think? Can you exit Windows Desktop by closing? So I think you can exit the full screen experience, but if you want the full screen experience like you saw here, it does some optimization, so you have to actually reboot into it so it doesn't launch Explorer. Yeah. The Xbox FSE is okay for now from Hikari Knight, and that's coming from Bazite Dev. Yeah, I think it's okay. For those that like, I have to be like, how I see this, like if you have to play like Battlefield 6 with your kernel level anti-cheat and you want something that's a decent interface on just like a dedicated gaming PC, I could see this actually working for that user. You know? What if you connect a controller? Will the interface change? 1 second, I need to... Let's test it. Yeah. This should fix the lagginess, in theory. Oh, crap. I didn't install this on my Windows version, though. This is a... Well, no, I can pass it through. Alright. Let's just take the old Xbox here. And we'll come back to here. So now it did exit out when I went to a different screen. And we'll probably see that process count sneak up on us. Yeah, 115. So if we close this, let's shut her down. And what I'm going to do is pass through the Xbox controller. And let's see what the experience is with just controller. Because that would be kind of cool if you could just do full controller only. That's a very good point someone brought up in chat. So let's just add. And we're going to grab a USB and pass that through. Xbox, where you at? Microsoft Xbox controller. So we're passing through the Xbox controller now, right here. Let's fire this guy back up. All right, this is going to be full controller using the Xbox full screen interface. So let's see what we can do. Looks like you're offline. So right now, the bridge takes usually a little bit to establish. Let's give it a second. I mean, I have a PlayStation controller too, but let's see. All right, so we're connected. I'm got the controller here. I don't see anything. Let's pull up Task Manager real fast. Let's go dev. What is it? mgmt.msc? Still got it. Flashbang, haha. Anyways, we have the Xbox controller being red. Have I blinded you yet? Anyways, so Xbox is there, but it is not reading. No control there. Refresh app. Okay. So now we're into the full app. I don't have any Xbox control, though. So maybe they haven't added this yet? That seems like a very first thing they should do, though, right? Like, we should be seeing something on the screen. Because it's reading it in Device Manager, but alas, no control through the controller. Oh, was it in the GitHub tool? No, the drivers are there. Let's double check. Can we... Huh. Where is the settings menu? Let's pretend like we didn't have a controller real fast. Maybe... Alright, well, never mind. That didn't last very long. Alt-Tab still kind of works. And if we pull up Explorer... It doesn't relaunch into it, so... How do you exit the full screen experience then? Maybe a Control-Alt-Delete? Nope. Nothing there. Well, you gotta... Oh, wait. Wait a second, so the... If I press... Alright, let's go to Library. Oh, never mind. Well, I thought for a second there... I pressed the Xbox button and it did something, but maybe that was just like a weird, wonky refresh. What, Alt-Enter? No. Yeah, it's a little bit unfinished, and that's probably why they haven't made it readily available for very many people. We just did kind of like a hack just so we can kind of see it. Yeah. Settings. No. Was it in settings? Shoot. Feedback hubs missing. Compact mode. Startup options. Let's go here with it. Until we get it working, let's just go back to home, I guess, and reboot. There's no, like, exit here. If you go Alt F4, Alt F4 is disabled. Interesting. Windows button on keyboard. That did it. So the Windows button on the keyboard brings you out of it. let's launch back into that tool. Let's see what they have for start gamepad keyboard on login and auto hide it to the background. Open full screen experience. Let's set this back up. We're gonna go full screen on startup. Okay, we're gonna try and enable all the full screen experience stuff. Startup apps. Perfect. Turn that off. Off, okay. Nothing there. UAC, we turned all the way down because we don't want any prompts there. That should be good. Let's give it a restart again and see what we get. Oh, game bar, win G. Okay, we'll try that next. How often do you update your system and programs? Maybe once a month. Oh, okay. So there was the keyboard. Still no controller, though. So we got the controller here. Still don't have any function that I can find. Pressing all the buttons just to see if there's any kind of response. I'm sure if I launch into game it would. Let's go Windows G. That did bring us up since someone in chat mentioned it. Mic on. Compact mode. Let's take compact mode off, see what happens. Still nothing. Windows G again. Oh, gaming Copilot. Your personal gaming sidekick. Hot dog. Let's continue. I always wanted Copilot in my gaming experience. That sounds amazing. Yeah, let's chat. Gaming, what did you like to that? Tell me how to debloat Windows, the game. YouTube optimization guide. Windows 10 gaming focus GitHub. What is that? Oh, this is actually a fork of my project. That's funny. That's hilarious. Somebody forked my original Win10 script. Win10 script is actually what WinUtil was made from. For those that don't know. But this was actually, he stopped updating this before I even went to WinUtil from Win10 script. So that's quite a bit of commits behind. Oh gee, that's funny. What's WinScript? WinScript. It'd be funny if Copilot gave you a bunch of spyware. Huh. That's so many ads. Alright, well, it's something. What about the YouTube optimization guide? Who's it linking to? I always love clicking these things. Electron. I don't know who that is. Okay. Anywho, sorry. I got sidetracked again. Update gaming bar. Let's update the gaming bar. Let's see what we get. straight LTSC or regular edition with stripping option? LTSC is, you know, if you got it and you can install it and properly license it, I say go with that. LTSC these days is really the only thing I would professionally do. Standard Windows has just become so yuck. I mean, like, I made WinUtil to try and debloat and get it to somewhat of a normal state, but make no mistake, there's just so much crap. And as soon as you hit like a really big cumulative update, feature update, it's just going to rebloat everything back up. So that's kind of where I'm at. Rui, thank you for the Prime. Did you end up liking the controller I recommended you? You know, I still haven't tried it, Hikari. It's been sitting on my desk for a while now. Still just got my Xbox controller sitting here. I'm terrible. I'm terrible. One of these days, I'll get around to trying it. Explain LTSC. So long-term servicing channel is what LTSC stands for. It's sold to enterprise businesses. It doesn't have Microsoft Store and other like bloat kind of messing up Windows. And it has 10 years of support. So if you buy, let's say, Windows LTSC 2022 IoT Enterprise, which is the recommended edition I would have for most, if I was going to do a separate install on like a home theater PC or something, maybe I'd do this. That's what I would pick. That would be the best version. Now, licensing and other shenanigans that you can do with that, that's a whole different story. But it's probably the best baseline Windows version out on the market right now. If you absolutely have to use Windows, that would be what I would pick. So Alt-Tab, see, there's no quitting out of this. We're in the full screen experience still, but there's still no quitting out of it. Even though it launched into the store over here, it's still kind of half-baked. Like, there's no close buttons or anything like that. Now, you could just launch Task Manager with Control-Shift-Escape, and you could manually close those things. So, let's say you wanted to end that. You could end it in that method, and then your Alt-Tab, now you only have that. There's probably a couple other things here. Yeah, there's also no Metro apps. It's only a matter of time before they screw up LTSC. I guess we'll have to see on the next version. Yeah, and you can install the Microsoft Store into LTSC. It's kind of like... I just hate that. It's too... I don't know. It just feels wrong. But yes, you can. You can. Windows Tab does work. It does bring this up. So... if you want, you could go Windows Tab and then switch to the Windows desktop. And Windows Tab again. It's almost like a virtual desktop. So Windows Tab is really what you want to use when you're in the Xbox full screen experience. Not Alt Tab, but Windows Tab. That's a good pick from the chat. Why 2022 specifically as opposed to Windows 11 LTSC? So Windows 11 is a little more bloated. Windows 10 2022 has a few less processes, and that's why I like Windows 10 2022 LTSC. It's the last good enough version of Windows before the like AI Copilot BS and recall and all the other craziness that's going on. It's just a little bit rough. So if I wanted to make like a bare bones version of Windows 10 2022 LTSC Enterprise IoT is the version I would pick. It would be the most sane experience out of the box, where it would still have support for another 7 years, and you could run that for a while. So if you're just doing like Steam on that system, it would be a viable solution for 7 years. As far as Windows 11, kind of what we're messing with today with the Xbox full screen experience, I could see a world where this kind of makes sense. And then to expand on this, you could probably even strip it down even more. Like you install Windows 11, you strip out all the crap except exactly what you need from a dependency point of view for full screen experience, and then you automatically set full screen experience to launch into that, and then you'd have like a more up-to-date version of Windows 11. Because what will happen, even though I said, you know, you have 7 years of support for Windows 10 LTSC, the problem is gaming itself won't support that version of Windows probably for 7 years. It might support it for like 3 or 4, and then you're going to start running into games that are just not compatible, or they just like, hey, we're no longer supporting that at all. And then you're going to kind of be forced to switch to Windows 11 because that's where gaming went. So even though I said you have 7 years of support, yeah, that's true from a business perspective. It's not true from necessarily a gaming perspective, if that makes sense. Yeah, the Windows tab is a very slick. I really like that. I thought that was pretty good. So you know, as much as I've crapped on everything from Microsoft, I think the Xbox Live experience and stuff, yeah, it's still half baked, but it's not even publicly available. Like, yes, you can hack it and kind of get it going like I did here today, but it's not exactly a perfect system by any means. Here, we'll get on the full screen chat with you guys for a second. All right. We're back here. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. What did y'all think about the Windows full screen experience? Oh man, are you guys talking about Sailfish OS? Is that even still a thing? I know some people went with that compared to Linux, but hey. Wow, you're loud. You know, that's not the first time someone said I was loud. Meh. As a Windows user, I don't like it. All right, fair. Any Xbox users out there, you probably don't watch me though. I couldn't imagine too many like hardcore Xbox users wanting to tweak their Windows and use Xbox's interface. So I don't know. I look at it and I'm like, at least it's some option. It's neat. I could see a realm where we tweak the full screen experience a bit more. I just kind of want to do a first look today, kind of just see how we are. I think that, but we'll see. And I'll change this microphone so it's not so loud. Sorry if I blew your ears out. My bad. I was just so excited. What can I say? Where do I download Windows 10 LTSC? You can just get it direct from Microsoft. You can just download all those ISOs. Everything's direct from Microsoft. If you need like a specific version, like today, if you want to try what you just saw today, you can go to uupdump.net, build your own 25H2, build 7271, and you can build your own ISO and install it. And that basically slipstreams the entire, all the updates, everything from it, and you're good to go. So try that out. If you want to mess around with the full screen experience a little bit more, it worked pretty good. It's not great though. I wouldn't main it. I wouldn't like, I'm not running out to build like a little home theater PC with it. I could see that be problematic. Let's see. No, it's fine. Oh, I am loud though. 1 second. Did I screw up my filters? Is this better? No, it's still loud. Whatever. Oh, that's so weird. Anyways. I had to see exactly what I had going on there. I'll fix the audio in the next stream. 24H2 versus 25H2. I hate every latest release of Windows. Stay on whatever version of Windows you're on as long as you possibly can. Enjoy the good times while they last. Don't ever do a feature update unless you have to. That's my advice. I doubt that advice will change anytime soon. So, that's just kind of my thoughts. All right, what do we got? All right, all those are shut down. We can quit out of that. We lose YouTube? YouTube just died on me. It's still going. We're fine. Let's see. Are you going to have a script to remove AI agents when they launch? Yeah. All that'll get stripped out. I mean, I think we can debloat as much as we can. I played Minecraft for a while there. When my daughter was a little younger, she played Minecraft. I played with her. I wish I was as smart as you. You're smarter than you think you are. You give people too much credit. I always tell people, you know, I'm not that smart. You just work on whatever you're trying to get better. And the more you do it, the better you'll get, the smarter you'll be. Can one debloat a game in the future with WinUtil? Probably not. I won't there's so much with game mods I don't think I'd want to touch. So I don't think I would ever do something like that. It's not about how intelligent you are. It's about what you do with what you have. I love that. I like that, Peter. And so true. Dedication over smarts, yeah. Like, most of the people you see online, like, what I would say is a lot of people in, like, a public persona or an online portfolio, many of them, and probably myself, you could probably lump me into this camp too. You know, you portray a certain amount of competency, smarts, experience, and to some people that may seem like it's the top level. And I have to do so much crap other than actually like code per se. Let's use programming for instance, which I consider myself subpar. The person that's the best at that only programs day in and day out. They wake up, they're programming. They go to sleep, they're thinking about programming. And they're not live streaming, they're not making YouTube videos. They're just doing the craft. And this can be applied to any spectrum that you see online. The person that's truly, like, I've met some truly gifted individuals, some people that I'm proud to call coworkers that I've worked with in the past that were extremely intelligent and so good at what they did. And I know I will never be able to meet someone like that in the social media sphere. There's definitely people that are competent and people are good at what they do. I'm not saying like everyone's stupid that you meet online. Obviously they have some level of competency and maybe even a level of mastery, but the true best of the best, you're never going to see a YouTube video that they made. It's just not how it works. Because they don't have time to make YouTube videos. So that's my thoughts on that. Yeah. Just believe in yourself. Just go and do what you want to do, you know? That's what you should do. Like, just focus on that thing. Try and stay out. I think the biggest problem I think people run into, if I could leave you some departing wisdom here, is this. If you find something and you want to get better at that one thing, you can view other people that might teach you or maybe even mentor you, but just do that thing over and over and over again, whatever that is that you're passionate about. Just keep doing that thing. And big thing I would say where people have pitfalls is know that it's not always going to be fun. It's not always going to be like, oh, I really want to wake up and do that today, but you just do it anyways. And you stay away from news, social media, brain rot, whatever you want to call it, Mr. Beast videos, and you just do the thing. And if you do that, man, you're going to go places. I don't care who you are. You're going to go places. So I think that's where I'll leave this one, guys. Thank you. Would you want to meet Mr. Beast? No, I think he's... No. I'm out. I'm out on that. No. No thanks. I've known other creators that have met him, and he ain't all that. So that's where I'll leave you. Guys, take it easy. Have a good one. See y'all in the next one.